212. Welcome to the After the Bell DJs Talking WWE. My name is Matt, representing Allentown, Pennsylvania. I'm actually rolling solo tonight. All the guys are out there working, so salute to them. Shout out to the whole crew. So we're just going to dive into it. It's going to be a little bit shorter of an episode than usual because I don't have anybody to bounce anything off of unless we get some people in the chat here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. It really helps the algorithm and helps get this podcast in front of more DJs and WWE fans. So let's get right into it. We were live from Pittsburgh. SmackDown was live in Pittsburgh tonight. Started off with Randy Orton in the ring cutting a promo, basically letting us know like, hey, this is what Cody wanted. This is what Cody's going to get. The Viper is back. And, he said that this is what he wanted. So he gave it to him. As he's kind of talking, doing his thing, Matt Cardona's music hits. If you remember last week, Matt Cardona, his wrist got caught up in a chair and Randy Orton kind of broke it. So he has an injured wrist and, he has these casts on his arm and stuff. And basically, Matt Cardona comes out, gets right into the ring, doesn't really talk, just hits Orton immediately with the microphone. He has a mic in his hand, but he hits Orton immediately with the microphone, dives right into it, and basically gets Orton right out of the ring. And you can tell by Orton's face, he's just like, what is going on right now? And Cardona's yelling at him the whole time, like, what do you want to do? What you trying to do? What you trying to do? So that leads to Randy Orton being backstage with Nick Aldis, our GM, and setting up a match for tonight, Randy Orton versus Matt Cardona as the main event. This segment definitely has Matt Cardona. I thought maybe they were going to give him a shot to kind of elevate him a little bit more. We'll talk about the match a little bit later on, but this kind of gives Matt, he's been on SmackDown here and there, and this kind of gives him like a nice little shot against a top WWE superstar. As far as the attack itself, I think it kind of it was very quick, but it was enough to give you that, like, okay, we're going to get this as a main event tonight, which I thought was pretty cool. So we'll jump right back into next on the agenda. Next on the show, we had a backstage segment with Nick Aldis talking to Trick Williams. And Aldis lets Trick know that, hey, man, I got you a match at WrestleMania. And Trick is super hyped. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And Sami Zayn comes into the frame, walked into the conversation, and talks to Nick, and is just like, hey, man, what am I going to be doing at WrestleMania? And all this basically tells Sami, like, hey, man, I'm really sorry. We just got nothing for you right now. Now, at this point of the show anyway, maybe half of the Mania card is filled up, so I'm sure Sami's kind of looking like, dude, what the hell do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? There's no room on the card. What up, D Walker? How you doing? Shout out to my man Bez as well. I see you over on Facebook. So he's like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no match. And basically Nick Aldis tells him, is like, hey, man, unless something changes, I don't have anything for you right now. I'm sorry. And Sami kind of looks disappointed, starts to walk away. And then suddenly he kind of has like a little light bulb in his head, a little epiphany. And it's just like, oh, and he turns back around and basically lays out Trick Williams. So he's like, and he tells Nick all this after that, he goes, I'm going to get to WrestleMania one way or another, and storms off. So this was kind of Sami, asserting himself like, nah, I'm going to get into the WrestleMania picture one way or another, whether you want to give it to me or not, Nick. We're going to figure this out, which will actually lead to another segment we got later on in the show. But after this particular little backstage segment here with Sami Zayn, we get our women's tag team. So we get the Bella Twins versus Charlotte and Alexa. But before the match even begins, they both get into the ring. Before the match even begins, Lash and Nia come out. They got to assert their dominance, and they're talking their shit, in the promo game. And they say they're going to sit and watch this match and see how it goes. Now, as far as the Bella Twins, you guys kind of know how I already feel about the Bella Twins. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but as far as a match goes, they really held their own on this match, mainly because I kind of feel like Charlotte and Alexa kind of help, control most of the action, kind of carry the pace for them, kind of help them out, which was really just goes to show how great Charlotte and Alexa are, in my personal opinion. Then at one point, Brie Bella kind of throws Alexa towards the ropes near Lash Legend, because Lash Legend's out there, and Lash Legend punches Alexa while the ref is distracted, and Brie immediately capitalizes, gets the pin on Alexa, giving the Bella Twins the win, which was a little surprising for me. And then after the match, we get Lash and Nia, and of course they got to come in and do their whole beat down, and we just get a crazy women's brawl with then Lyra and Bailey running out to kind of, I don't know what they were kind of doing. They were just in there to just kind of break things up and just kind of show that, hey, they're still involved in the picture as well. I kind of feel like this is, leading to a multi-women's tag for Mania. Seems to be the direction that we're kind of going in. Yeah, D Walker agrees with me. I'm gonna assume that was about the Bella's comment. So we're probably, more than likely, I would say we're gonna get a multi match between these three teams, maybe four, I don't know, but definitely these three teams. I'd say, as far as the story kind of goes with this, the match, like I said, it was an okay match, and Charlotte and Alexa definitely helped carry it. WWE is definitely building this momentum for this multi-women's tag team match, but at the same time, I can kind of feel like I see you, D Walker. At the same time, with the women's tag match, it can feel a little crowded. I won't say this is a Mania match that I'm super excited about. But it might turn out to be okay. We'll kind of see. We need some mid cards on Mania, so I guess this is kind of where that'll fall with still some star power with Charlotte and Alexa still being there, and for some reason the Bella people like the Bella Twins, not so much me, but that's okay. All right, so next we get a promo from Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley gets into the ring to cut a promo, and I like how this kind of went down, because Rhea was basically like, yeah, I expect all the talk from Jade and all that stuff, but she was a little very surprised. I should say a little very surprised that B-Fab and Michin, she said, are desperate enough to join Jade Cargill's new group. And, Rhea basically says, I know you're back there. Come on out. And let me tell you, when these ladies came out, D Walker could probably back me up on this too. When these ladies came out, those were some of the loudest boos I've ever heard at a WWE show. I mean, they were booing so loud as the girls were trying to talk, Jade and B-Fab and Michin. It was really hard to hear them because the crowd, it was literally booing so loud. B-Fab and Michin gave a little bit of a context as far as why they teamed up with Jade. They said she's got the power and gold, so why wouldn't we jump at the opportunity? I don't know what they're really going to get out of this or what they think they'll get out of it, unless maybe it's a work for later on down the line to kind of take out Jade, which is very possible. So basically, Jade lets Rhea know, like, hey, guess what? B-Fab's ready to fight you tonight. And we cut to commercial. And when we come back from commercial, the match is already in progress. So I hate when they do that, just because I like to see how things kind of play out versus just jumping right into the middle. And there really wasn't too much of this match, so I kind of felt like it kind of hurt the segment a little bit. During the match, though, again, this is B-Fab versus Rhea. Michin kind of interferes. And then Rhea sees this and knocks Michin down. Then Rhea goes outside to confront Jade Cargill, and Jade starts attacking Rhea, which basically leads to a disqualification. And then Jade and Rhea are just thrown back. Jade throws Rhea back into the ring, and then they just start going at it. But now Jade has the numbers. Michin and B-Fab get back in the ring. All three are beating down Rhea Ripley. this segment was it's definitely leaning towards more of the faction. Yeah, so D Walker says the promo segment was horrible. They had heat, but Jada and Rhea kept talking over each other. And not only that, they were talking over the boos because those boos were loud as shit. So it was really hard for them to kind of get their message across. I wasn't a fan of the promo overall. Like if I was rating it by itself out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 3-4 just because, again, other than Rhea, the other three are not that strong on the mic yet. And I think they brought B-Fab and Michin in to kind of help Jade on the mic, but it's just not really helping too much, unfortunately. And to me, it's not really hyping up the match anymore. Like I'm not any more excited about this match than I was at the beginning when we kind of knew that this was going to be it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Let me know in the comments and stuff. But me personally, I'm not super excited. Like, I think it's going to be a good match. But as far as like them trying to hype it up more, it's just not working for me as my microphone falls off of my shirt. So that is our next segment there. After that, we get Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll. Okay, so Kit Wilson Jelly Roll match. Before we get into the ring, backstage, we see Kit Wilson with The Miz. Miz basically looks crazy. Like his tie's all messed up. His red bottoms are only a quarter red. He's been having a rough time ever since Danhausen cursed him. And Miz basically lets Kit know, what's going on. And he's just like, hey, man, I seen you. You could do this by yourself. You don't need me. Go out there, do your thing. And, Danhausen shows up. And once Danhausen shows up, he asks Kit, like, I think what it was Danhausen just didn't understand why the Miz wants to work with Kit and not him. He was like, what do you have that I don't have? And Kit's like, oh, I'm better looking. And, you are. And before he says toxic, Danhausen stops him and he curses him. He says, you are cursed. And he curses Kit Williams, which basically, as we now know in the WWE, once Kit curses you, it's over. So, so really, Kit Wilson, once Danhausen cursed him, he had no shot. So Kit gets into the ring. Jelly Roll comes into the ring, and before the match starts, Kit Wilson has a little poem to give some retribution to his mom, and basically the poem just says that you're not. My mom would never get with you. All right, this is what we're doing. Okay, cool. Match itself, it was okay. It was okay. Definitely, had some cool moments. Jelly Roll at the end kind of gained some momentum and actually hits a choke slam on Kit Wilson and actually pins Kit Wilson for the win. So what this means for Jelly Roll, I don't know. Maybe he ends up in Mania. Later on, we'll kind of talk about he comes back into the show for a second a little bit later on. So maybe he'll do something in that area. But the Danhausen curse storyline is something else. He is undefeated right now. So I can't wait till maybe the locker room starts to shift and tries to befriend Danhausen so he doesn't curse them. So I think that would be that they could go down a lot of cool paths with this. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what they do with Danhausen. He's on every single week, every show. They're just using the shit out of him. So I love it. So one thing that kind of surprised me with Jelly Roll getting the win is because I kind of thought they were pushing Kit Wilson maybe to a Mania match, but I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you guys kind of think. Is Kit Wilson going to get a WrestleMania match, or is Jelly Roll going to take his place in some shape or form? I don't know. So after that, what do we get after that? So after that, we get our open title match with Carmelo Hayes. And actually, before we get to that match, we had a quick backstage segment with Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. And you could tell the tension is definitely getting in the MFTs. I kind of feel like they're getting close to to breaking up. You know, we've been kind of talking about it, especially with Tama and Shinsuke being boys. There's a little bit more. Shinsuke was kind of talking to Tama a little bit more about that, and you can kind of see Tama's thinking about leaving. What this means for the MFT's future, I don't know. But then we cut back to the ring. Carmelo Hayes is ready to do his open challenge, and who's going to challenge him? Sami Zayn's music hits. Now, I thought this was really cool because Sami said he was going to get to WrestleMania one way or another, and I love it when people figure shit out. You know what I mean? Like he's just like, this is something I really want to do. I'm going to figure it out. He answers the challenge. So as he gets in the ring, before the match starts, wait a minute. Trick Williams' music hits. And man, those whoop that tricks again, super loud. Pittsburgh, you were on fire tonight. Shout out to Pittsburgh. They were loud tonight. They were loud. The whoop that trick chants were crazy. So as the match starts, and by the way, Trick is sitting, ringside, next to the commentators. As the match starts, it's right out the gate, super high energy, which is like the kind of wrestling I love. I love that, just back and forth, running, like, I love it when they get tired. That means they're really they're really putting it in. So it was actually so good that the crowd, again, Pittsburgh, shout out to you, got some "This Is Awesome" chants. And anytime you get that, you're getting a hell of a fight. At one point, outside of the ring, Trick kind of stands up, grabs the U.S. title, kind of gets on the apron, or actually he wasn't on the apron yet, but he kind of throws the belt into the ring. And as he throws the belt into the ring, the ref sees it, and he's just like, oh, I got to remove this. We can't have them using this. So as the ref goes to remove the belt and return it back, Trick gets on the apron, and Mello goes to kind of push Sami towards Trick, and Trick goes to cock back. And as he goes to swing, Sami ducks and hits Mello. And when he hits Mello, that gives Sami the opportunity to hit his finisher. He gets the pin, and Sami gets the United States Championship. I was really excited about this one. Yeah, you ain't kidding, D Walker. D Walker says Trick is super over right now. But I was happy Sami got this one, man. And it's cool that, after his earlier snub where, hey, sorry, we don't have nothing for you. We only have a full card, but we don't have anything for you. This gives him his opportunity. One thing I'd like to kind of see where this goes with Trick's interference with Mello. He kind of cost Mello the match. So I'm wondering if that's going to end up being something maybe after Mania we kind of build on this Mello and Trick thing. Definitely a possibility. Anything's possible in the WWE, right? But yeah, I mean, I really think WWE made the right call with Sami and putting that belt on. The crowd went crazy. So, anytime the crowd goes crazy, it's always good. And then we basically get a little backstage action with Nick Aldis. And after the commercial, Nick Aldis is, Sami asks like, hey, can I get a WrestleMania spot now? And Nick says, yes, I can give you a WrestleMania spot now versus Trick Williams. So Trick Williams, Sami Zayn for the United States title. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a good one, man. I think it's going to be a good one. So I don't think it'll be maybe. So D Walker asked if I think it'll be a triple threat. I don't. It's a possibility. It's a possibility just because, again, Trick kind of cost Mello the title. So yeah, it is a possibility. That's a good little thing there, D Walker. So shout out to you. But this match was fire though. Absolutely, my favorite match of the night for sure. So after this match, we get a little Drew and Jacob action. So Jacob comes in the ring to cut a promo, and Jacob's like, dude, I ain't gonna stop coming after you. It's not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep coming after you because you're trying to take food off of my kid's table. And Drew McIntyre comes out, and remember, they're really banged up from last week, off of that fall off of the weird water tower thing. I don't even know what you call that. So they're all banged up and casted up, and they're selling it. They're selling it. They're doing their thing. They're selling it. Drew comes out and he responds, and Drew does not care about Jacob's kids. In fact, he says, "Screw your kids." And we can tell Jacob is very much about his family and his kids, and that kind of sets him off and just gets Jacob furious. So furious he's about to leave the ring and beat Drew's ass. But before he does that, Nick Aldis comes out before they can brawl. And Aldis says, "Hey, man, you're going to get your fight at WrestleMania." So Jacob, Drew, WrestleMania. But this time it's going to be an unsanctioned match, which basically means they're going to do whatever the hell they want. WWE is not responsible for anything that happens. It's unsanctioned. This could be a show stealer. This could be a show stealer for Mania. I'm looking forward to this one. Let me know if you're looking forward to this one in the comments and stuff, because this could end up stealing the show. Both of these guys are they're so dope in the ring, and they're so good, man. Like, I just can't wait to see this match. So after this, we get a little tiffy time with Julia. This match, that's what I'll say about this match. Julia and Tiffany, they do have some cool moves. I actually expected a lot more, to be honest with you, because they do have cool moves. I was a little let down by this match. Tiffany started out with some good momentum. She goes off the top rope for the prettiest moonsault ever, but Kiana James actually distracts her. And as she distracts her, like, she just gets up on these stairs, and as she distracts her, like, Tiffany hesitates. And when she hesitates, Julia capitalizes, and Julia hits her finish, pins Tiffany. So yeah, Tiffany, I don't know where she's falling with the WWE right now, because the distraction kind of helps protect her, so I get that. But I kind of feel like she's kind of starting to fall by the wayside. Let me know what you guys think. I kind of feel like Tiffany is just, kind of losing that momentum towards Mania, and maybe she doesn't get a Mania match. I don't know where this is going to go. Because I can't see them putting Julia in a Mania match, but maybe for the title. I don't know. Oof, tough one there. So after that match, as the show begins to wrap up, we get our final segment, which is Randy Orton versus Matt Cardona. So again, this was set up from earlier in the night. So Randy Orton, Matt Cardona. Basically, as soon as Cardona enters the ring with his injured cast, Orton starts going at it and just attacking that the whole time. What this match did for me, again, as a newer WWE fan, I didn't really see the Viper version of Randy Orton. I only know the babyface version. This really established how brutal Randy Orton can get, and I'm starting to understand what Heavy and David and Jared and D Walker and some of you guys were talking about with how brutal Orton can be. And literally, even during the match, he removes Cardona's cast and just keeps going at him. He just dominated the shit out of Cardona. This didn't really help Cardona the way I thought it might, because I was like, oh, he's getting a match with a good guy. Like, good for Matt. I like Matt. He's got a good name, but yeah, this didn't help him out too much. So after the match, Orton hits his finish. Finally, he gets done. He was basically just playing with Matt the whole time. Gets done, ends up hitting his finish on Matt, and then we see Cody Rhodes' bus come in. But Cody Rhodes' bus comes in with it was a squash match, 100%. D Walker. So Cody Rhodes' bus comes in with a commercial break, but we could still see the whole thing. And probably the longest walk to the arena ever. It felt like that commercial break was like 5 minutes of just Cody walking by makeup and Jelly Roll and all these people. So it's funny though, because as soon as Cody gets near the ring, kind of gets out the Tron area from Gorilla, Nick Aldis already knows what's going on. Security comes out. By the way, WWE, worst security ever. You have like 20 guys and none of them can stop anybody. Y'all need to rehire. Go on Indeed, do something. You need better security guards. These guys suck. So security could not stop him. But Cody says, don't worry, I'm not going to fight. I just want to talk. I'm just going to talk to him. I'm just going to talk to him. Nick's like, think about WrestleMania. He goes, I know. I'm just going to talk. As soon as Cody gets in the ring, he ain't talking. They're just brawling. And, of course, security, they, like I said, they can't stop him. And, I mean, this brawl goes from out of the ring. Cody gets a bunch of, I would say Cody got the better of this little altercation. I would say Cody got the better of it early on there. And then a weird thing kind of happened. So in the midst of security and Randy's in one ring and Cody's in the other corner, they're corner to corner, security all in front of them. And Jelly Roll comes out. Now remember, Jelly Roll's like a nice guy and I want to bring peace to everybody. And he goes over to Randy's corner first. And it was kind of hard to hear, but kind of just says like, dude, that's your friend, man. That's your friend. You need to stop this. And then he goes over to Cody's corner. He's like, yo, that's your boy, man. Like, you got to stop this. And as he's talking to Cody, Randy sheds security. Again, they can't stop him. Randy sheds security. And while Jelly Roll's back is turned, hits an RKO on Jelly Roll, laying Jelly Roll out. Like Jelly Roll, shout out to Jelly Roll for selling it. Did you notice he was like convulsing? Like, like he was like convulsing. Like he was just so D Walker talking about the security. They're using the security and GM deal every show now. It really is getting old. You ain't lying, D Walker. Every show we're getting this security just can't stop anybody. Yeah, it's literally every show. But man, Jelly Roll took it. And I don't know what this means for Jelly Roll. Like I said earlier, I don't know if this means maybe he's in Cody's corner for WrestleMania. Just kind of has some backup. I'm going to help my friend out. I don't know. What are you thinking? Let me know in the comments. But solid show overall. I shouldn't say solid. I'll be honest. You guys know me. I'm always honest. Always honest. Sometimes to my fault. If I'm giving this a rating out of 10, 6.6, it's mid. Stronger second half, weak middle, had a good title change. But the cool thing that kind of helped elevate some of these scores here was the fact that, we got a solid WrestleMania setup now. Got a couple more matches announced for that to kind of get us all excited about that. So I'm definitely, D Walker, it was mid. And you know why it was also mid to me, D Walker? I think because Monday night was so good. Monday was awesome on Raw. It was awesome. And then it was kind of a letdown with this, I don't mind 3 hours of SmackDown, but you got to program it right. And I do understand, though. We're kind of in the dog days of Mania season where they're just trying to get us there. They're just trying to get us there. So I'm being a little lenient. It's not like I'm done with WWE. Definitely not done with WWE. But yes, match of the night. We'll end it with a match of the night. Sami Zayn, Carmelo Hayes. Man, like I said, these dudes was going at it. And between the This Is Awesome chance, the title change, and then us getting a WrestleMania match with Sami and Trick out of it. Actually, two thumbs up. This was an awesome segment there. But yeah, so that's going to be it for the show. Like I said, a little bit of a shorter show. I'm solo, so when I do these solo, it's probably going to be around a half hour because I'll have an extra person to bounce things off of. But hey, I love it because that means these DJs is out there working. I love it when the guys are working. I'm actually going to be coming to you Monday night. If I do it live, which I'm going to try my best. I don't want to promise. But I'm definitely going to be doing the show Monday afterwards, either in the morning or super late at night. I'll probably be doing it by myself because I'm going to be in Pittsburgh. So I'm doing some DJ shit out in Pittsburgh for a few days, which is where they were tonight. I have a wedding tomorrow. Otherwise, I just would have gone out early to Pittsburgh, but that's okay. That's okay. I've been to wrestling shows. It's okay. It's okay. I'm over it. I'm over it. It's all good. But thank you so much for taking the time, man. Appreciate you, D Walker. Always stopping through, showing that love. Definitely appreciate you. Make sure you're following on all the platforms After the Bell DJs. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, especially on the YouTube. Please, guys, that really makes a difference. Just hitting that little like button and making a quick comment like, nah, Randy Orton's bullshit, and just hit send. Cool. I just want to know your opinion on these things. So I appreciate the time. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you tuning in each and every show. Until Monday.